Emma, could you start, please, by introducing yourself, your company, your role, and what you do within it?
Hi, I'm Emma Burchell. I'm co-managing director of HSM. We're a research and advisory company that helps big organisations anticipate what the future of work will look like and then use the power of their people to get there. So, for example, getting 250,000 employees at one of the big consulting firms to create together what their inclusion strategy would be. My role within this is to work with clients, to bring on new clients, manage our bigger projects, develop the strategy for the organisation, and ensure we have a really happy, healthy, and productive team.
So you recently reached out to us to deliver some GTD training for the team. What was it about GTD you found most appealing?
So the situation we had in the organisation was that, like many companies, and particularly during COVID-19, people were working longer hours. We had more intensity around our work, and there was generally a feeling of stress and strain. People were still producing great work, but we wanted it to be a more enjoyable process to get there. And I think what appealed to me about GTD is that it's not just about looking at how do we reduce, let's say, hours, which we most often think of as the cause of stress, but actually how do we free up headspace? And I think that really appealed to me because actually long hours, sure, they're a part of my role, but they aren't really what stress me out. What really disrupts my life is thinking about work on a Saturday afternoon when I should be with my niece or nephew, or thinking about my day-to-day life or my niece or nephew during my Wednesday when I should be at work. So it was the fact that we could use this approach to free up mind space and headspace for our team so that when they weren't working, they really could be not working. When they were with their family, they could really be with their family. And when they were with us at work, they really were with us.
Perfect. So we trained you as a group. How has that helped the team?
The most important thing that GTD has done for us as a group is create a common language. So we've, as a team of really high performers, we've had lots of people with their own different approach to how they get work done. Some people with super effective organizational systems and post-it notes and index cards and all that kind of jazz, and people who just do it more intuitively. What that had created previously was we were all getting there, but on our own sort of track. And that could mean confusion. It meant that actually sometimes I felt that someone else wasn't very organized, whereas actually they were just organized in their own way, or vice versa. What we now have is a common language. So we talk about things like, what's the next action? It's a really simple change to our language, but actually it makes a huge difference. When we have meetings, we'll refer to, oh, I'm going to put this on my GTD, or it's on my GTD. Have you got this on your agendas tab? So it's helped us all speak the same language, which has just reduced a lot of friction in the organisation. I think the other point is that it's been a real leveller. So some people are naturally more organised than others. We all have different strengths to bring into the team. And what it's meant for people who are perhaps still learning how to organise is that they've been levelled up with others in the team. So they don't feel like they're falling behind, or why am I forgetting things when other people seem to be really on top of things? So yeah, a great common language, a real leveller, and just a lot less friction in our day.
Brilliant. So you mentioned earlier that GTD is not just about helping people at work, it also expands into people's personal lives. How has it helped you personally now being trained on GTD?
So I was referred to GTD by my partner who had that training at an investment bank. And whenever I was talking about, oh, my email box is so full, or I've got so much to do, he'd always encourage me to, read the email, put it onto your next actions list. And I always thought it was a wonderful aspiration, but completely unworkable until I brought GTD into the company. So I think actually, because we also speak the same language now at home, that without completely removing all the romantic element of a relationship, we are just more effective at getting things done, which means we spend less time figure out who was supposed to sort out the internet connection, or have we bought a gift for a family member for their birthday, and it's a much more seamless process. But I think also just broadly what any household or any individual who in any kind of relationship hopes to be is just a bit more present. So I'm not worried about the 10 things on our to-do list or all the chores or errands that need to happen. They don't feel so cumbersome now because they just get ticked off, and everyone loves that sound of the ding when they do get ticked off. So a little bit of endorphins there too.
Well, congratulations, because I've been trying to teach my wife it for 10 years with no success whatsoever. And final question, could you name what your favorite thing is on your projects list right now?
So the thing that's on my projects list at the moment that would always just have been an aspiration that would have happened at some point in the future and maybe never, is around the branding of our organization. So we have some really creative people in the company. We had a really wonderful brand when we started out 10 years ago, and we always know we needed to do something to update it and upgrade it, but now it's on the projects list and it's something that we've now got scheduled. It's going to start at the beginning of next year. So and that just leads to another point about GTD, is I've stopped thinking that everything needs to be done tomorrow. Actually, it's okay for something to be done, come January or even June, July, perhaps even the end of next year. It's okay to push things out as long as you've made that active decision. And by making that active decision that yes, branding is really important, but it's not really important right now because there are other things that need to be done. But it's a really exciting project that we're preparing for at the beginning of 2021.
Terrific. Thank you very much.